Danny, thank you so much for coming. Like, man, like,
Thank you, Professor.
What's up, Aldrin? For who don't know, Danny is like, man, you start training for how long, Danny? 1 year and something, right?
Yes, sir. 1 year.
Because I was in Brazil this time, and the way he loves jiu-jitsu, his passion for jiu-jitsu, like, make me very happy. But he's getting good in jiu-jitsu, but he's not that smart yet. That's why I bring him. Why? Because no, he's not smart in jiu-jitsu? No, I bring him because he's smart in different things.
Yes, sir.
So, you would like to introduce yourself, Danny?
So my name is Danny. I've been training with Robynho since January 2021.
Man, 1 year?
Yeah, 1 year.
1 year, man.
1 year and 1 month. I remember before I started jiu-jitsu, I was just scared at the time because it was COVID, you know, and it was brand new. And I didn't know. I was like, should I just start now or should I wait? But I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna hide forever. So then I started, and then it's been ever since.
Yeah. It's in here. It's in here. Can you open that, Danny, please?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like an Audi. The Audi. The one with the box on it. All right.
The fancy one.
Sure.
See you, man.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, Duval.
Yeah, so ever since then, I've been training with Robynho, and I remember I talked to him about Bitcoin and investment on the sideline as well, and I'm here to hope to educate a lot of people about what's going on in the world today and the economy, and we're living in crazy times, you know, so I think everybody needs to hear this, and I think it's gonna be very, very, very beneficial for you and your family and your future, because if you don't know what to do in this environment, you're gonna lose everything.
What do you think about the inflation bubble right now? Like how, because they say the inflation like 5%, 7%.
The official number came out to be 7%, but
yeah,
yeah,
I heard something like that.
it's not really 7%. It's actually 25 to, I think, even 30%. Because you look at the gas prices, you look at the grocery prices, you can look at home prices and everything else. You average those out. The thing about the 7% number is a cherry pick number. The government, they pick out certain things they want to put in that basket, and they average out of that. So they pick like the cheapest thing. So you get the 7% number, but I think we all know it's not exactly 7%.
Yeah, if you go like by the
Steak,
or lumber, for example.
lumber, oh my God.
Man, go up. If I'm not wrong, it's 300 something percent, right?
It's a lot. It's a lot since 2020.
But I remember they said like go almost triple the size or more than triple the size.
Yes.
Praise the Lord, I don't have a construction
Yeah.
company.
But that's also gonna affect home prices. For
Home
example,
price,
if
exactly.
anybody want to buy a house. So the thing about that is, I remember on one of your podcasts with Professor Ronnie, and I remember you guys was talking about the stimulus check, right? You said that, oh, the government's just passing out $1,400 stimulus checks. And I think it was you that said, man, just wait till next year. Look at the tax. Now, of course, they haven't changed the tax, but they give you the invisible tax, which is inflation. So that's 10 times
That's
worse.
not
That's 10 times
very
worse.
invisible, because you can
Very
see now.
invisible.
You go now on the freaking gas tank. Before, I fill my car tank with about $40, sometimes less.
Yeah.
But some time of the year, like, was less. I went to fill my gas tank this week, was $72.
Yeah, see? So does that sound like 7% inflation to you?
Looks like a little bit more.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
almost 100. Like
Yeah, it's a
on
lot.
the gas.
And the thing about it is it's the way that they do it. It's very insidious. Like, it's very sneaky how they do it, because there's two ways the government can get money, right? Can raise money. So one is by tax, right? One by raising taxes. Let's say they're gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna start charging you guys 50% tax now. But then if they do that, then everybody would just revolt, riot.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna accept that, especially
Exactly.
last year with the whole BLM thing, with everything else that's going on.
That's true. And I was thinking about that too, but like,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna hold a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because you guys know, like, we have the price for a long time here, and I don't wanna increase the price. Like,
Yeah.
man, I wanna, but I get less and less things with the same money.
Of course.
So, will be like sometime in the from now to the middle of the year, I have to adjust the price. But
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
don't worry about right now. Not gonna be nothing crazy.
It's a business at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you know, and you have to do what you have to do to run your business, and it hurts everybody. Everybody's hurting, and that's why we're having this talk right now, because I really think that I can help you guys navigate through this environment. And first of all, I am not a financial advisor because you need a license for that. So you know, nothing I say is actually financial advice. I want you guys to do your own research.
You are my financial
Of course,
advisor.
I am his financial advisor, but everyone else, don't try to sue me, because that's what happened when you don't have a license, and then they say that, oh, you gave me financial advice to do this and that, but no, that's not the case.
It's not.
But I've been studying this for a very long time, and I've been very successful at investing and being able to save myself. I knew this was happening. And I don't know if you guys know me from Instagram, I've been talking about inflation since the beginning of 2020, even before COVID hit. I knew that something was gonna happen to make the
It's like
government.
it's a simple thing. Like I said, like I'm not a specialist in nothing besides jiu-jitsu, but I know, like, if you give free money for people,
Yes.
this is gonna be charged.
Of course.
You start printing money.
Yeah.
This is gonna be charged
Because it's supply.
Something gonna happen.
It's supply and demand, right? It's a very simple concept that they teach. It's supply and demand. The more supply of something, the less valuable
demand,
the thing
yes.
is, right? So basically, when you print a bunch of money, it's not gonna make the money's gonna be less valuable, way less valuable. Now, the thing about it is that I want you guys to understand, and I want you guys to really wrap your head around it, is whenever you see something going up in price, right? Let's say you see, like you said, lumber, right? Let's say it went up 300%. I don't want you to think of that as the price of lumber going up 3 times. I want you to think of it as the value of your dollar went down 3 times. So now it costs you 3 times more dollars to buy that. So instead of thinking, oh man, why is this going up? Why is this Rockstar energy drink going up? I want you to think, man, why is my money not worth as much? But I'm working the same.
This is the good talk, like the good man. Like I never thought about that.
Yeah, so that's the way that
you have to think like that.
And not only
It's
that,
not the price
no,
go up.
it's your money.
Loses
Your money's
value.
losing value, and it's not just your money. You have to think of it in terms of the work hours. So let's say the price of lumber went up 300%. So it's not the price of lumber going up 300%. It's your dollar losing, right, a third of its value. That means you have to work three times more harder. So that's the concept that I want us all to kind of understand first. When the people, they love conspiracy, right? People gets mad, right?
It's my dad right there. Just right here.
How you doing, sir?
Oi, pai. Estamos falando de investimentos aqui.
So people love conspiracy. They get mad because the government making us wear a mask. The government making us go lockdown. The government making us get a vaccine. They get really mad and worked up about that. But the thing about me that I don't understand is, why are you not getting mad about this? They're stealing from you. They are literally stealing and robbing you. They're robbing you. They're literally walking up to you and say, give me your bank account, your savings, money. 25% a year inflation, meaning a quarter of your money, they're taking it from you without even telling you. At least with everything else, they tell you about it.
Look, Aldrin says here. Right.
Exactly. They raised the wage, what, 5-6%? That's never. And plus, you gotta understand, they raised the wage. That's the money you're making now. What about your savings that you already have? They don't raise that.
They don't raise that?
They don't give back.
If you save $1,
you. Exactly.
you keep
it's
$1.
already there. Yeah. They give you a $1,400 paycheck, and then the rest of your life you pay for everything double, triple. How is that a good deal? So basically, it's slavery, right? It's modern day slavery. What's the definition of slavery? Working for free. So if you work 40 hours a week and inflation is 25%, that means they take a quarter of it. So now you work 10 hours for free. So if you start thinking like that, you're gonna get really angry, and you should get angry. You should get really mad at what they're doing, and because if they can do that, then the money runs the world. Everything it revolves around money. Whatever war, money, vaccines, money, mask, money. People get mad about everything else, but they don't seem to care that much. When they see the inflation going up, they're like, oh, that sucks. I gotta go grocery now, I gotta pay more. But they're not really mad. Like, I want you to get mad. Like, I want you to get mad the same way that you get mad at lockdowns, at masks, at vaccines.
Yeah.
Because it's worse. It's way worse. They're making you work for free.
Professor Joao.
So
So like man, it's crazy. And you go to Brazil, it's not different.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Brazil is even worse. I went there. You know, guys, we don't have the podcast for 5 weeks because I was in Brazil, and to feel in Brazil is different measure. It's liter. You know, like go to gas is liter.
Yeah.
It's 7 reais 1 liter of gas.
Okay.
So I went to fill up my mom because it was my mom's car there. It's 330 reais. But the minimum wage salary a month there is 1100.
Yeah.
So with one, then I have to fill the tank every week, right?
Yeah.
When I was there going here and there. Anyways, so in 1 month, I have to fill the tank 4 times. If I work for a minimum wage, I cannot do that.
You cannot.
I cannot do that because like it's crazy. It's how the world's going right now.
And it's not going to get better. Let me go ahead and say that right now, okay? Because I want you all to feel the gravity of the situation. I want you all to feel how serious this situation is, because I honestly, I feel bad. You know, when I talk about Bitcoin, when I talk about investing on my page, on my Instagram, I don't make any money from this, Professor. 100,000. And it's always being bid up higher, 10% higher.
I don't remember who, I think it was you, put on Instagram one time. Yeah, chileno. Back in the days with this much money, you buy a house.
Yes.
Money was worth this.
Yes.
And now I have to do like, I don't know, 100, 200 times more to buy a house.
At least double. At least
It's like-
double.
it's like-
Three,
it was crazy.
I think 3 times since 10 years. So basically, you're never going to be able to afford a house. Let's say it like that. If you keep going at this rate, you're never going to be able to afford a house. If you just go to work and you get that money and you just save it, you're never going to be able to afford it. So, you know, with this podcast, I want to talk about investing as a whole. Of course, I'll explain Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, NFTs, whatever you guys want to ask me, right? I can explain to the best of my ability. But the one thing I want you to take from this is you have to do something. You can't just keep that money in cash. You have to think of cash like an ice cube. It's like ice. It's melting.
It's melting.
Every second it's melting. It's like I asked you, Professor, can you go to Huntington Beach? Scoop up sand for me in your hand and bring it back here. By the time you walk back here from Huntington Beach, how much sand do you have left?
Almost nothing.
Nothing. That's cash. That's cash. Okay? Cash is that. It's sand. It's cube. It's ice cube. It melts. Every year it loses a quarter. So in 4 years, you lose it all. You lose it all. So 80K above asking. But yeah, so that's he's talking about home prices. Audrin, he's basically saying that when he's trying to buy a house, people are bidding up $80,000 higher than the real price just so they can get it. So then how can he possibly afford it? Same with my best friend.
Audrin can.
Oh, Audrin can. Audrin is good. Audrin, we know about you. We know about you, Audrin. Audrin's good. Audrin's good. Yes, sir.
You saw like, man, like, I was talking with Roach.
Yes.
The car price for the...
Oh, car price. Oh my God. Don't get me started on car prices.
The
Used cars, everything.
Roach just coming like...
What's up, Roach?
A Corvette
Yes.
is 30 to 50,000 plus on the overprice.
Overpriced, right?
Overprice.
Yeah. So basically, they're making sure that you're never gonna be able to afford anything. So you know that's why I say, cash is trash. Cash is trash. Cash is ice cube. It melts. So are we back on? I think it froze.
There's no pause. Like, ay, man, really? It's gonna start now.
It's okay. Take your time. Then come back.
Better here is good. Let's start over again. Man, what the freak? Like,
Does that do that a lot whenever you do podcast? Does it pause a lot?
do poor connection.
You have Wi-Fi here, right?
Yeah, a good one. Reconnecting it. Oh, man, like,
There you go.
it's back there.
Yep, we're back. Sorry guys, so that was a pause in connection for a minute there.
Yeah, like, man, come on. Connection is not the problem here. Should not be the problem, but the government keep like 1/4 connection too.
We got inflation on connection too.
Inflation and connection.
Okay.
We back?
I'm back on here. I'm back. Hey guys, are we back? Write a comment.
No. Son of a bitch.
There you go.
Guys, let us know if we're back. Like, our connections getting up and downs. Sorry.
Are we back?
Looks like, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so remember that, guys. You have to do something. If you don't, you lose everything. And that's the bottom line, you know.
Let me ask you, Danny.
Yes.
How you start with Bitcoin?
Okay. So let's start talking about Bitcoin, right? I know a lot of people ask me the same question in person, wherever. They always asking me this, and I never have enough time to explain it. The first thing that I want to tell you about Bitcoin is before you invest your money, invest your time first. I want you to research it. I want you to understand what it is. You know, I don't want you to jump in, because if you just start buying Bitcoin and you see the price go down, you sell it, you lose money, and that's not the way to go. You have to think long term. You have to think about, you know, you have to know what it is that you're buying. And so with Bitcoin, it's we'll talk more about Bitcoin. But the thing about investing, if you want to invest, let's go back to what I was saying. Because cash is melting, you have to invest. And the reason why, it's like a ship, right? Like one is going against the sail. It's like the sail and the wind is blowing against you. The wind is inflation. You're never going to get anywhere. Mm-hmm. So eventually you have to turn around and kind of go with the wind. So that's what happens when you invest. Because the value of your cash is going down, your investment will go up. You have to hop onto some kind of investment in order to stay ahead of inflation.
Yeah.
So
because, like you said, like if you keep the money just there,
yeah,
you're gonna lose the money.
You're gonna lose it all. Now, real estate. Buy real estate if you can, right? But the problem is that we was talking about, most people can't afford it. How can you afford it? You don't have enough money. You need at least, you know, a certain amount of money, get a loan, get good credit and all that in order to start real estate. Now, like I said, everything, you got to invest in something. It could be anything, gold, real estate.
Oi, tudo bem? Nós estamos falando de investimento aqui. Se tiver alguma questão sobre investimento, é só mandar que a gente responde. Beijo. Go ahead, sorry. So, like, real estate, you think, like, it's good if people have money?
Of course. Real estate is one of the greatest investment from back then. It's land. So basically you want to buy stuff that they can't make more of. Because the definition of money is what? It's something that they can't make a lot of, right? Because if I give you sand and I tell you I pay you in sand, will you accept that?
No.
Exactly. If I pay you something, you want to make sure this thing is valuable. And how is it valuable? It's hard to be made. Like, you can't make more of it. Real estate is land, right? So you can't make more land. You can build on top, you know, but you can't make more of it. So real estate is always a good option. But the problem with real estate is not a lot of people can afford it.
Especially here in California.
Exactly. Or anywhere, Professor. Not a lot of people have that much money laying around.
Yeah.
What if it's a mom, a single mom, just working 3 jobs, you know, and she only has $1,000 savings? How does she protect that $1,000? Real estate? How?
Yeah, how?
You cannot.
Nothing.
So that's why Bitcoin is a solution to that, because you can buy $1 worth of Bitcoin. You can buy any amount worth of Bitcoin. And then we're going to get more into that later. But yeah, I'm comparing how good real estate is as an investment in inflationary environment. It's great. As you can see, home price is going up. So that's great. If you would have bought it before 2020, you did good, right? Your house go up in value. Everything is great. You're keeping your money.
Yeah.
You're keeping it. It's like the ice cube. You transfer it to a block. Right now it's a block. It stays. It stays, right? But the problem is,
explain like to them, like, because they get sometimes confused. Like, oh, I buy a house 10 years ago and I pay, let's pretend, like 100,000. House.
Yeah.
And today my house is worth 200,000. I make 100,000 profits. No. You just keep your money value.
Exactly.
Like, it's not that you're gonna make any money. You keep your money.
Yes.
I hate when people are like, oh, I made like this much of money.
And that's the problem, Professor. That's the problem. People are confused. You know why they're confused? because the money doesn't make sense. The money value keep going up and down. It's not stable. It's like I'm telling you to measure this table, but I give you a different ruler every day. One day the ruler's an inch is this much. The next day the inch is this much. The next day 1 inch is this much. Now you're gonna be confused. You go to me, you say, oh, it's 3 inches. I say, that's not 3 inches.
There's way more.
Because the ruler keeps getting stretched out. They keep stretching the ruler out. So how can you possibly do it? Like I tell you, Professor, build me a house. But here's a different ruler every day. Of course you're gonna be confused. You're like, what the hell, man? This ruler's weird. Like one day 1 foot is this much, one day the foot is this much, and next day the foot is this much.
Yeah.
So it's that's why the government is like brainwashing people, because they're so smart. Like this is the biggest scheme, the biggest conspiracy is the money. Everything else you can read about, you can learn about it. It's easy, it's right there. This, they hide it. And no one is even thinking to like dig deep into it. It's like they give you the wrong ruler. If you don't have, the economy cannot be ran on something like that. It's like I said, like building a house with a ruler that's messed up. And it's not just messed up, it changed every day. Like one day it's messed up like this, the next day it's messed up like this, next day it's messed up like this. So when you have it like that, you're always losing. You're always losing.
That's my mom.
Oh, Nancy Checkmate.
Oi, mãe. Tudo bem? Estamos falando de investimento aqui.
Hey, Chris.
Chris.
Oh, and Alvin too from Checkmate. Black belt.
Alvin fun. He's my buddy.
Yeah, so that's the problem, right? The problem is the cash, right? I think the main thing that we should take away from today is you have to do something. And like I said, I say
long story short,
Yeah.
you cannot hold cash.
No, you cannot.
Every
And-
year
and-
you hold cash, they say 70%, but it's more.
Way more, 25%, at least 25%. So that's the so a lot of people, they don't want to invest because they get scared, right? They're scared. I don't want to lose my money. But because you're scared, you're losing money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd rather you invest that thing and then every day you watch it go up and down and it's scary, but long term, it go up.
It's crazy because I talk with my dad. I talk a lot with my dad, about the investment and how to take care of the money, how to do that. And I was talking with him, and I talk about, I had some Bitcoin,
Yeah.
a little bit, but he said like, I cannot do that. Because,
It's hard.
yeah.
It's
he said,
hard.
Like, if I see the thing go down, I'm gonna take it off.
Exactly.
He said, if I make like a little profit, I will
Out.
take it off too.
Exactly.
He said, like, I don't have like this
And when you do
cold
that-
blood to do that.
And when you do that, Professor, you're also paying tax. Because every time you sell an investment, you pay tax. It's capital gains tax. So you're screwing yourself up. So you have to buy something, hold it long term. But in order for you to hold it long term, you have to understand it. Because if you don't understand it, you're gonna sell. Right? Like if I tell someone, if I just pick out a random person, I say, hey, buy $1,000 of Bitcoin today. They'll buy it. They'll listen to me, right? They're like, oh, Danny, he sounds like he know what he's doing. I'll buy it. They'll buy it today. I guarantee you tomorrow, if they look and that 1,000 come down to $990, they're gonna sell. Because they don't know what it is that they're buying. I don't blame them. I would sell too.
If you don't understand,
If I don't understand it, right? If you tell me, hey, Danny, buy this house right here, and I'm like, I don't know. So you have to understand it. That's why I say, don't invest your money, invest your time first. You have to learn about it. Like, don't let people scam you, telling you what to do. Learn about it yourself. But my point is, if you don't do something, you lose everything. Hey, Jose. But you lose everything. So you have to do something. Before 2020, before COVID happened, you invest to make money, right? It's like, oh, if you want to make money, invest. Now, if you want to keep money,
you invest to keep money.
money. You're not making money, you're keeping it.
That's the other thing I was talking with my brother in Brazil. He's like, man, I buy this house for this much. I sold the house for more, but then he cannot buy again.
No, because now what? Because it'll keep going up without
Yeah,
you.
like, what the heck?
So basically the idea is anytime you go back to cash, you lose, right? You have to get rid of the cash by buying. But if you try to sell it and go back to cash, you lose again. Because now you're back to the ice cube. You're back
Let
to
me
sand.
ask one thing. Today, if I give you $100,000, $100,000 cash,
Yes.
how the percentage you're gonna invest? Like stocks, real estate, cryptocurrency.
So you give me
Today.
the money, as in like, you want me to do it for you and you don't look at it in 10 years?
It's your money. So what are you gonna do?
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it all in Bitcoin. No doubt about it. I'll put it all in Bitcoin.
No real estate?
No. I'm sorry. I know some real estate people are watching. No, nothing. Bitcoin only. And I say that because I spent 10,000 hours studying Bitcoin. I understand everything about it. I know everything that the ups and the down. I understand why everything the way it is, and I know how small it is right now compared to everything else. I'll put it all in Bitcoin. Nothing else. Not cryptocurrency, not Dogecoin, not Ethereum.
Like, what's the difference? Tell people like, what's the difference?
Between
how Bitcoin was created?
Yes.
Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency.
The first one. So Bitcoin, so basically Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency ever created, and it's created by a guy named Satoshi Nakamoto, and no one knows who he is. That's not even his real name. Satoshi is not his real name. We don't know who he is. He could be a CIA, he could be a really smart computer engineer, he could be an alien. No one knows. He created it, he gave it away to let everyone else have it and disappear. And he haven't touched anything. He didn't get paid. He don't take credit for it. He didn't get anything from it. He just made it and gave it away. So that's why it's called decentralization. Nobody controlled it. Nobody controlled Bitcoin. And that's why it cannot be stopped. Governments cannot ban it. How are they gonna ban it? It's like a ghost. They can't ban a ghost. With everything else, Ethereum, all they have to do is go to the CEO. Every other coins have a CEO.
Oh, just Bitcoin doesn't have a CEO.
The only one without a CEO.
All the other ones have someone that
All
control.
of them has a CEO.
I remember when I talked with you. Yeah, Gota. This is my good friend from Brazil. I talked with you about Dogecoin.
Yeah.
When I said like, Elon Musk is gonna make remember everybody make a super big. It was a headquarters. Yeah. Oh, today at noon, Elon Musk is gonna do a talk about. I said, what the heck? Okay, let's see. As soon as he talked,
so when he came out and said that was at 75 cents a coin. Now it's at 15 cents a coin. Because you gotta understand, okay, Dogecoin is not an investment. It's like gambling. If you want to gamble, that's fine. You buy whatever coin you want, but it's not an investment. Bitcoin is an investment. Bitcoin's the only one that's been around long enough. And come on, El Salvador made Bitcoin the legal tender. Russia wants to accept everybody. Like, it's at this point, you cannot say Bitcoin is a scam anymore. You cannot. If you say that to me, I just know that you're not educated. You're kind of like, you're just like stupid. Like, if you say that to me, I would say that you're stupid. We have Ted Cruz, the senator of Texas. He bought Bitcoin last week. He showed it on his paperwork.
Oh, half the guy, the billionaire, he got half of his.
Yeah, Bill Miller.
Yeah,
half of his money is in Bitcoin. And this is a hedge fund Wall Street billionaire. You know how big that guy is? And he's one of the best out there too. And he came out, he said, I have half my money in Bitcoin. So at this point, you cannot say that Bitcoin is a scam anymore. If you say that to me, I'm not even gonna talk to you because it just shows that you haven't done research and you don't know anything.
It's like when people come to me, talk about it's a different concept, like, but talk about God. It's like, oh, we come for a Big Bang. Or we come for apes with evolution.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need to discuss that because you're not going to change their mind.
Like we're not gonna even talk. You know, like me and João have this talk. Like say, João don't want to talk with me. Like I don't want to talk with people.
So let's talk more about Bitcoin. Okay, the reason why.
Before we start getting to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
What about stocks?
Stocks.
Stocks is more like playing too, gambling too.
No, stocks is a good investment, but it's just right now it's very overvalued. Very. Like
so
Tesla.
Gonna go down.
Yes. Let me go ahead and say, I'm going to use Tesla as an example. Tesla have been going up like crazy since 2020. But they're not making any more cars. Their earnings, their revenue, they're not getting it. So with stocks, you have to measure it by that. You take a company, you look at their paperwork, and you see how much money are you making. And then you go, okay, that means your stock price should be around this much. With Tesla, it's like this. Doesn't make sense. You don't want to buy when something is like this. You wait. You don't. I'm not saying stocks are bad investment. I invest in stocks too back then. But right now, I just to answer your question, if you gave me $10,000, what I would do? 100,000. I'll put it all in Bitcoin. That's easy. That's so easy. That's easy to me because I already seen everything. I study everything. You know because so yeah, stocks. It's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. But right now, it's just too overvalued. It's not realistic right now. So.
E aí, Ricardo, tudo bem? Ricardo Testa is the boss from Jiu-Jitsu World League.
Wow.
Actually, he's like the owner's son. He don't like me to say like, yeah, man. He's not the real son, but he's adopted son.
Yeah.
Right, Ricardo?
Yeah.
So yeah, so talk more about Bitcoin. Howard.
Okay, so like we said, okay, we have three things you can invest in. Okay, so for anybody that's just came on the live, just a quick recap. Your cash is trash. It's an ice cube. It's melting every single year because of inflation.
Every single day.
Every single day, yes.
Because man, like we see
price go up.
Every day.
You know, let me tell you a story about Venezuela. Okay, in Venezuela, this happened, a real story. This lady, she took her paycheck and she ran to the grocery store. She ran to buy grocery because any minute she's late, the bread go up in price twice. The
I remember
at the
this was in
grocery
Brazil.
store- Yes.
It's not like twice, but I was working with my dad, and my dad have a construction supply back in the days. And for example, 50 kilos, like 110 pounds of cement powder, every day go up.
Every day.
Every day.
Every single day. And because
People go and buy like boom fast, and my dad have to go and buy fast too because tomorrow gonna be more.
isn't that crazy?
It's crazy, like
Isn't that crazy?
And they go crazy.
And that's all the other country. The thing about us in America, we have it so good that we a lot of time we don't understand, right? But people like me and you who's been to other countries, I grew up in Vietnam, I know how it is. This makes perfect sense to them. If you explain to them, hey man, if you don't invest in something, you lose all your money. They understand right away.
Yeah.
The US, they just now starting to see it because of 2020, because of COVID, the printing money. Now they start to understand, like, oh fuck man, the grocery store, it really is going up. The steak price really is double now. Now they starting to get it. Now they starting to like understand you. Before you tell them, they're like, man, get out of here, man. Okay, maybe $1 or $2 more, who cares, right? They don't care. But the people like us, we've been to like bad countries, like third world countries. We know this is a real problem. And let me ask you this: how would someone in Brazil, how would they invest? They don't have a bank. A lot of people don't have a bank. Same with El Salvador. So you can't buy stocks. You can't buy stock without a bank. You can't buy real estate. They don't have enough money. Bitcoin, anyone can buy Bitcoin, dollar worth of Bitcoin. Less than that, 50 cents, doesn't matter. All you need is a cell phone.
Oh, good Kyle asked about McGregor and Charles the Bronx. If we think he's gonna fight.
Charles LeBron will beat him up.
Charles vai
Destroy him.
vai
Destroy him.
ganhar, mas pô, agora tem o
Connor has no chance.
Charles gonna fight.
Who's he fighting? Chandler, right?
No, Chandler he fought.
Oh.
He's gonna fight the man. I forgot his name.
Gaethje?
Gagey, Justin
yeah.
Gagey. So
That's a good fight. That's a good fight. For people who have
Sylvia.
never invested, how to become an
Professor
investor.
Jones, yeah,
Yeah, how to make a good plan. What's his name? Sylvia?
Sylvia.
Mr. Sylvia, I would say that you have to research first. But I think you already, if you listen from the beginning of this podcast, I think you have already a good foundation. As long as you know you cannot keep cash, that's a good foundation. Now it's up to you to choose. Anything is better than cash. Anything. Stocks, real estate, I don't care. He asked me which one is the best that I would choose. I say 100% Bitcoin. But for anyone else
who get here, how many hours you study Bitcoin to tell this with confidence?
like 10,000 hours. I did.
It's not like
No.
you see yesterday.
No.
You study
Exactly.
10,000 hours.
That's
And
why I have no worries.
Yeah, and after I talk with you, we spend like some time talking, and you show me things, and I start studying too. It's like a look in this, that, and say like, okay, yeah, this.
So let me go ahead and compare Bitcoin to something that you guys can understand very easily, okay? Because a lot of people don't know what Bitcoin is. They're like, what is that, right? The same way that Amazon destroys Sears and JCPenney, they destroyed them, right?
Yeah.
The same way that Netflix destroyed Blockbuster, you remember?
Yep.
The same way that the iPhone on your Google destroyed a Kodak camera.
Kodak, yeah.
That's the same way Bitcoin is to money. Everything is gonna go digital. Everything is already digital, right? So Amazon took everything digital. Amazon said, we don't need any stores. We'll put everything digital. Netflix said, you don't need to go and rent a DVD. I'll send it straight to you through the internet.
Jason, soon, Jason.
Yeah.
Let's talk, and I will.
So
Jason
that's
Meraki.
yeah, I know. That's so that's what Bitcoin is to money. Bitcoin is just digital money. But with Bitcoin, you cannot change it. You cannot print more of it. The government can print more dollar all they want.
Bitcoin is 21 million.
21
right?
million. My name on Instagram is 21 million forever. That just means it's never gonna change.
Never gonna change.
Never.
They cannot print Bitcoin like they do money, right?
They cannot change anything about it. It's stuck. So when you buy Bitcoin, you buy a piece of that 21 million coins. You don't have to buy a whole coin. You can buy 0.00001 of a coin. You know that, right?
Yeah,
so yeah, when you buy that, you know for sure, oh man, I have this one piece. It's like a pizza. You get one slice.
Yeah.
It may not be the whole pizza, but you know no matter what, there's only one pizza. And your slice, it's gonna be your slice no matter what, forever. So let's say you don't eat that slice, you wait. Later on, that pizza become worth millions of dollars, right? Your slice is gonna be worth just as much because it's the same portion, it's the same, yes sir, you're welcome. But yeah, basically to answer your question, you have to do something, you find something. And I really recommend you guys to look into Bitcoin and study it because it's so new right now. And we only get something like this every few hundred years. A new discovery, something so powerful.
Let me ask you something. Like, for example, me and João Silvia, like, we don't have a lot of money, right? And I invest on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I put my money, I put like $2,000 on Bitcoin.
Yes.
Something happened with me.
Yeah.
I had like a couple years this Bitcoin.
Yeah.
They're like, how easy is for I get this from the Bitcoin account?
You remember how I told you to send it to your wallet?
Yeah, send to my wallet.
You have to like make sure your family member know how to access it.
Yeah.
Just like everything else. Like if
No,
something.
but let's pretend like, I have a heart attack and I need to pay the hospital bill.
Mhm. Oh, like that. So you want to sell some Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Like that.
Easy.
Easy.
And the money
24/7, weekend, doesn't matter. You can't do that with real estate.
and go straight to my bank
Straight to
account.
your bank account.
See? Because this is the biggest question. A lot of people tell to me like, oh, how I don't know how called
sell it?
The sell, but like in Brazil say like the
Convert it.
liquid days.
Liquidate, yes.
Yeah.
So the term liquid, okay? What does that mean? If an investment is liquid, it means it can be converted back to cash fast. Real estate is not very liquid, clearly, right?
Yeah, we need, like,
if you
we need
buy
some time.
Yes, if you want to sell this building right now, Professor, how long would it take you? Long time, maybe.
And for you to sell fast, you have to drop too much.
Exactly. Drop down very low, and even then, it's not right away, right? Bitcoin is in stocks. Let's say you have stocks, you want to sell it. Weekend is closed. The stock market is closed on the weekend. The stock market is only open from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. our time. So it's closed. Bitcoin is open 24/7. You can pull back out anytime. That's why it's the best saving account. I call it saving. You save your money. It's not investing, it's save. You save it, right? Because it goes up for you. At the same time, if you need it, cash out, cash out, cash out.
Good. Because this was like a lot of people ask me.
Yeah.
Even my brother before we get, like he asked me like if something happened.
Yeah, my mom asked the same thing. Yeah, my mom asked me the same thing. She's like, well, can you sell it? Like, of course you can sell it.
Because emergencies happen.
Of
like,
course.
Emergencies, like, oh man, like crash the car.
Of course. So my suggestion for anyone just starting to get into it, that wants to invest with Bitcoin. Let's say you have $10,000 in your savings, okay? My suggestion to you is maybe put 10% of that into Bitcoin first. Like maybe put $1,000 in right away, a big chunk, right? 1,000. But if something happened, you lose it, you're not gonna be that crazy mad about it, right? So $1,000 in and then start researching, studying, because people don't start reading until they have money in it. It's funny like that. Like I tell people, hey, read about it. They never do until like they have some money.
Exactly,
Then they're like, oh fuck, now I want to know what the fuck it
Like
is.
me, like when I get like, and like my dad, no, I don't. If something happened, I'm gonna step out. Like,
What's up, Daniel? What's up, Stella? Yeah, so that's my suggestion. You have to do something. You have to do something, guys. It's not gonna get better. Inflation is not gonna get better. He's gonna print more. He's always gonna print more. The thing about the government, when they print money, it's like crack. They love it. They can't stop.
they keep people happy.
Exactly. It's like, let's say you're the government, right? I'm the people. Okay, I'm like your son. I keep coming to you, Dad, can I have some money, please? And you don't have any fucking money. You're like, Dad, exactly. But you know that, man, the more I print, the more in debt we are in the country. But you can't, because I'm always over here saying, I'll talk about that in a little bit, Daniel. But yeah, it's like the dad, right? It's like, oh man, if I don't give him money, he's gonna hate me. But if I give them money, I get more debt and I go bankrupt.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be able to stop. They can't stop. If they stop, everything would get destroyed. The economy would just go down.
You still ask what about?
What about gold? Gold is good, but it's been the same price for 10 years. It's $1,800 an ounce right now. 10 years ago, it was the same thing. $1,800 an ounce. It haven't moved. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why, but that's a very complicated discussion.
And this like if you buy an ounce.
But gold is better than cash. Anything is better than cash.
But if you buy for 10 years, still the same?
Same price.
You're losing money too.
Exactly. Especially the last 10 years. It's the most, this is the time when the price should be going up. Why is it not going up? I don't know. Well, I do know, but that's a whole different long discussion. I don't want to get into it. That's a very long discussion. But gold is, honestly, even gold is better because gold is supposed to be rare, right? It's supposed to be hard to find.
30% of the US dollar circulation. What the heck?
That's true. It's actually more than that. It's actually more than that.
Yeah, like this, like what Daniel asked, like, all right,
where do I see Bitcoin?
Next 3 to 5 years, realistically.
Realistically, at least a couple $100,000 a coin, at least. At least. I think maybe even be more than that because a lot of things are going on right now that's just crazy. Like countries are buying Bitcoin.
Oh, I still have a brick? Come on, give it to me. I give it there forever.
But see, like even that, Professor, if you want to buy gold, you know how long to buy. You want to have to buy it, they have to ship it to you. You know how long that takes and like the cost, and you keep it, and people can steal it from you.
Yeah, that's why we'll talk about Bitcoin.
Nobody can steal that from you.
Nobody.
As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and get into that. Okay, the thing about Bitcoin, it's the only thing you can own that's actually yours. You know why? Real estate, you don't really own it. The government own it. You have a piece of paper that say you own it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
If the government come to you and say, you know what, this area, we need this house. You need to sell it because we need to build into something industrial. You have to sell it.
This happening in Brazil?
Yes, sir. I know because I have the real estate license. I know this is called zoning law. If they come to you and they tell you, you know what, I know this is your house and everything, Robynho, but we need it because we need to build this whole neighborhood. We can't have this one single house. You have to sell it to them. So it's not really yours.
So how's the pricing? They put down or they pay like
what?
Market? If the government have to buy.
They'll pay you market, but then now you just lost your home. Now you're back in cash. Remember what we talked about? Now you're back in cash.
Losing money right away.
You're back to losing. So Bitcoin is the only thing you can own because when you have Bitcoin, all you need is a password in your head and no one can steal it from you. The only way I can steal your Bitcoin from you is if I torture you. And if I say, give me your fucking password. But that's with everything else, right? But that's the only way. I can't, there's no other way. I can rob your house, I can look.
Yeah, you want to look for Bitcoin.
How you
Let me see where's the Bitcoin.
It's in here. And you can go across border, all in here. Something happened, let's say a war happened. Let's say you're in Brazil, a war happened. You and your family can cross border, all in here. All your money in here. Go to the next border, pull it out. You can't do that with gold. You can't carry gold around cross border. You can't even barely carry cash around. You're gonna get robbed. The customs is gonna stop you. Bitcoin is the only thing you can own because it's up in here. It's all in here.
That's true.
And that's why it's so genius. That's why I want people to learn about it. Because it's the greatest thing that ever been invented, but people don't really care to learn. And it's kind of sad because it's like, man, you're missing out on an opportunity here.
How much Bitcoin had been lost?
4 million.
Huh?
4 million coins.
4 million coins?
4 million coins have been lost. So that's 21 million Bitcoin total. 4 million.
Clever Son's always with us.
4 million Bitcoin has been lost forever. As in, like, you know, when it's early, when back then, it's like $1 a coin, so people don't care, right? They'll have like 100 coin in their wallet and they lose it. So it's all lost. It's like about 4 million. So now it's only 17 million. But let me go ahead and talk about the math, okay? 17 million Bitcoin. That's 8 billion people in the world. And that number of people is gonna grow. It's gonna be 10 billion.
Yeah.
Bitcoin will never grow. It's always the same. 17 million coins forever. There's 56 million millionaires in the world. Not 56 millionaires, 56 million people that are millionaires. That's about 1% of the entire world. If each one of them want to have one Bitcoin, they can't. It's not enough.
So that means
how
like
crazy.
Bitcoin gonna go go higher.
Way higher.
Because this look Stella asked like,
yeah, I'll send the Bitcoin Standard is probably the best book you can read about Bitcoin. It's by Steph Seyfedin. I'll send you the link to that. Yeah, the Afghanistan lost the value of their dollar, of their money. Third world countries always get hit the hardest when it comes to stuff like this. Because the US dollar is the reserve currency.
Yeah.
So everybody had to use it, so they have all the power. So the United States, when they print money, they get to benefit. The government gets to benefit, but then all the other countries suffer. Because they don't get to see their money.
For me right now, if I send dollar to Brazil,
yes,
to my family, I saving like while we're suffering right now here, losing money, I saving this there because dollar just go up there.
Yeah, exactly. For them, yes. So compared to their money.
Imagine like we lost here and lost there. Exactly. How
bad it is. Yes.
Man, like how bad. Like so. Like yeah. When you start thinking about that, it's scary.
It's scary. And you know what's scarier is that long term you don't have anything. You can't give anything to your kids. How? Let's say your whole life, you work so hard, you save $100,000. You give to your kids, by the time they turn 18, and by the time they use it for college or whatever, they have like 20,000 left.
You're gonna buy a Honda.
Less than that. Buy a Honda
Civic.
Or maybe a scooter. That's so sad to think about. So that's why I say, man, you have to get out of cash. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you invest in. You cannot keep cash. You have to find something. You can buy lumber. Invest in lumber.
If you invest in lumber like a year ago,
300%.
Now 300%.
Anything is better than cash. But the problem is people keep cash because they're scared. Like you said, like your dad. Some people, they grow up their whole life. They already like, oh man, I'm not gonna invest. I don't believe in that. I just want to work hard, save my money.
My dad's like, he's kind of smart because he don't keep cash.
Yeah.
He like buy a truck because he work with this. Buy another truck.
Yeah.
He change the other one, buy the other one, but he don't keep cash.
Yeah.
But with Bitcoin, he's scared. Like, I cannot see like my money go up.
Exactly. You know why? Because the truck, you don't see that price, but with Bitcoin, it's always the price. You can see it. No, you don't pay income tax for Bitcoin, sir. You pay if you sell Bitcoin, then you pay a capital gains tax. But if it's long term, longer than 1 year, it's only 15% tax. Yeah, Audrey, I know about the petrodollar, but that's like a whole different topic I don't want to get into. That's very deep. Stella said, I invest in my Roth IRA. That's good. Anything. Invest, because Roth IRA invests in stocks, so that's good. You're investing long term and you can't take it out, so that's good. Stella, if you're gonna do that, make sure you understand Bitcoin first. Because if you don't understand it, you're not gonna be able to hold it. So if you pull money out of your Roth IRA and you buy Bitcoin, don't blame me when you sell it early. Because people always sell early.
Yeah,
because they don't get it.
Like, remember, like my dad, he called me. It was funny because he called me.
My dad too.
When Bitcoin went to 60.
Yeah, he's all happy.
My dad, man, you saw this? I saw that, but like, you know.
Yeah.
And then go back to 30.
Yeah.
He said, man, what's going on? I said, Dad, I
don't
care. I don't even look.
So people always ask me like, why is the Bitcoin price going up and down like that, right? They always say like, why did it drop? Of course, there's a lot of reasons I can give you, but my simplest explanation is this. I don't know, and I don't care. I'll give you an example. If you own a home right here in this neighborhood, and you know that home is worth $500,000, I own a home right next to you, same exact home. And one day, let's say I got a divorce. I got bankrupt. Now I gotta sell my home. I sell it for only $100,000. Are you gonna sell your home for $100,000 too? So just because I'm selling mine for $100,000, does that make your home worth less? No. You're gonna say, I'm sorry, man, but okay, bye. And you're gonna hold and you're gonna wait, and then a year later you sell it for $1 million. Just because I sold, so that's the same thing with Bitcoin. Whenever you see the price go down, it just means a bunch of people got scared and they sell. They sell cheap. They sell at 30,000. They sell at 40,000. Does that mean that my Bitcoin is worth 40,000? No, my Bitcoin is worth millions to me. There's a very good quote in investing that says, price is a liar. The price of anything you see is a liar. Don't believe it. It's the value.
Exactly.
So you have to find value.
Value.
Price is a liar. You have to find value. What does that mean? You have to know, you have to understand what this thing is, and you find a value and you buy it when it's cheap. You don't sell it, right?
Look, Jose. Jose, have a good investment.
Oh, Jose, I knew you're gonna come in with that, man. Human trafficking, my God. Stella, if you can't touch it until you're 65 and you put it in Bitcoin, I promise you, you'll be very happy by the time you're 65. If you really can't touch it, I promise you. But that's on you. You have to understand it
And
yourself.
that's the thought me and you had. I said, look, I have my Bitcoin account.
Yeah.
It's not a lot, but that's gonna be my retirement.
That's it.
I'm single, probably gonna be in some old people's community.
Mm-hmm.
I just gonna be able to go there by when I'm 70, buy a lot of Viagra and have fun rest of the life. When I'm 70, 75. Okay, so that's my idea. I'm not gonna touch you right now. What am I gonna touch?
See,
you
the thing about Bitcoin is, I hate when people go in and they start with this bullshit about buy this, you're gonna make a lot of money. That's a scam. Like anytime that people come to you and talk like that, they're probably scammers. Because when they promise you all these things, like money wise, it's bullshit. I'm telling you to go and read about it. I'm telling you to study and learn why it's so important. Man, you're gonna look back. I promise you, people are gonna look back at this exact podcast. The people that's watching, if they don't buy it, if they don't do anything in like 3 or 4 years from now, because I think it's gonna become the
So then you have to talk about like, if you have Bitcoin, you have to keep the Bitcoin longer. You have to have a kind of
yes,
cold blood, to.
you do. You need to have but you know what? It's so easy when you understand it.
Exactly.
When you know what it is.
I started to understand a little bit, and I can say my dad, when the Bitcoin go up, he go like, oh, you saw like, oh,
But you're like, no.
I said,
See,
okay, good.
That's why price.
Oh, my mom like, sell them. I said, no, leave that. And then start going down. They're like, hey, be careful.
Yeah.
Like, I said, Dad, don't worry
Professor, let me say this, okay? Let's say Bushesha, okay? You know Bushesha.
Yeah.
You train with Bushesha.
Yes.
You understand him.
Yeah.
You understand his mind, his champion mindset. If he lose 1 or 2 fights, are you gonna give up on him?
No, it happened before.
Exactly. Right? Because you know, hey, it's okay. Short term, maybe bad day, maybe he compete, wrong day, feeling good, not good, he lose.
Yeah.
But you know long term he would be a champion.
Yeah.
But you would not know that if you didn't train with him, if you wasn't spending time with him every day, understanding him, if he's just a random guy.
And it's funny because a lot of people, my friends, that don't understand all these, like Bushesha, like, they said, oh, he's gonna lose for this guy. Because the guy coming like, just a random example, like Meregali, coming like killing everybody. Yeah. Oh, Meregali gonna beat him. And Bushesha said, no, Bushesha gonna beat him.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I said, you wanna put money?
Yeah.
You wanna bet money? Like, I know.
Yeah.
I know the guy.
Yeah.
And what happened? Bushesha beat him.
Of course.
Because we know, like you say, you know that longer, you know the mind,
yeah,
like everything.
Now, if I give you a random fighter you don't know, are you gonna have confidence in that guy to bet money on him?
No.
Exactly. So that's all it is. Okay. I like I said, don't invest your money first. Invest your time first. If you learn about it, I promise you, this is a lifetime opportunity. You're not gonna find something else like this. And it's so early right now too. You can get in and you can put money there and be safe and feel safe. It's not about making money. It's keeping your money.
Exactly.
And some, of course. And of course, it's gonna go up. Bitcoin average every year, it go up 100% on average since 13 years ago. It's been alive for 13 years, Bitcoin. If you take out even the bad years and the good year, you combine everything and you average it, it's up 100%. So if inflation is 20%, you're still winning.
Winning, like, yeah.
Yes, sir. So basically, if inflation is 25%, you have to find something that can return you at least 25%.
Got it.
If you don't, you're running backwards. You're like a hamster, on the wheel.
Yeah. Just running.
Never get anywhere. Just die. Just go to work and die. Don't have nothing to give to your kids. Don't have any. Can't even buy a house. Can't buy anything nice for you. So can't even buy a car. Go work, take the bus all day. That's sad.
It's like I told in the beginning of the podcast. So back in the days when I started the gym, 2014, we started Jack Madbona Park. I went to a dealer, buy my car, right? Was my dream car.
Yeah.
Good. And my goal, like, okay, I buy a car. I like, man, to pay the car, I was struggling. I said, man, if I make this much money a month, we'll be like,
it'll be okay. Yeah.
Okay, easy life for me.
Yeah.
I can like, now I make more than I thought, like back in the days.
Yeah.
And like, man, it's still like hard.
Of course.
You're still like struggling to pay everything to get everything. Inflation.
Let me also give you another example. This is a great example, okay? Back in the days, back in 2010, so 10 years ago, okay? If you have $1 million, you can buy this one bond that will pay you $50,000 every year. So you can retire, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you work your whole life, you save $1 million. This is 2010, okay? 10 years ago. You buy this bond, the government said, okay, you buy this bond every year, I'll give you $50,000. You're like, that's good. Hell yeah, right? Like 50,000, that's good enough for me for 1 year to live.
Yeah.
I don't do anything, I can retire.
Nothing? Yeah.
You know how much that same bond costs now? $10 million.
So
Just to get $50,000 a year.
is 1,000%.
They don't want you to retire. Imagine that. Imagine you work, you're like, finally $500,000, I can buy this bond to retire. Now they're like, oh, it's actually 10 million now.
Work
That's
a
what
little
they're
bit more.
doing to you.
Work a little bit
That's
more.
what they're doing to you, Professor. But I don't know why nobody's getting mad about this. They should. You should get really mad. It's about saving your money. That's right, Chris.
Try to keep the money, like we
Just
said,
keep
like,
it.
man,
Like I
keep
said,
it.
before 2020, right? People was like, oh, invest to make money, invest to make money. Now it's different. The landscape is different. The environment is different. Now you have to invest just to keep your money. Of course, you look for things that can make you more, right? Like to go above the inflation so you can like have a little bit extra. But in the end, if you don't do something, you lose it all.
Yeah.
You lose it all.
Like we talk, like real estate, like Ronnie, like when he bought his house, he paid, I think it was 180 something. Now it's worth 450.
Exactly.
Oh, I make it. No.
No.
How much cost the house next to you?
Exactly.
When you buy yours?
Yeah.
How much cost the house?
Yeah.
Oh, it was the same price and now the same price. See, like you don't make any money. You keep your money. You keep. Roach give a good example. He was Victor. He was by his truck. His truck is 15 or 16. His big truck.
Yeah.
When he bought top of the line. He paid less than 50, 40 something. If I'm not wrong, 47. His dad buy a new one like his, but brand new. Is almost 80. It's the same truck, of course, newer model.
But back then it was a new model too.
Was new. Excuse me. Was a new model, top of the line.
Yeah.
He paid less than 50. Now it's 80.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. In 8 years, go close to 100%.
And the wage is not going up that much. The salary, they're not paying you more.
No, go like, man, my car, a little example is my car.
Yeah.
When I buy my car, the brand new one, 27. Today, 35. If you're gonna buy a GTI, new one, 35.
Yeah. 50%.
It's crazy. It's like, oh no, it's just 27 to 35. It's just 8,000. No. If you're going personally, like say, it's almost 50%. It's crazy.
Yeah. So like I said, it's kind of like a boat. You're sailing a boat and the wind is going this way. You can't ever go forward.
Yeah.
So there's two things you can do. One, you can try to fight the wind, right? You can stand there and take a stick
and
just
die.
And you die.
Yeah.
That's basically saying you're gonna go into the government and be like, fuck you guys, why are you guys doing this to us? You're not gonna win.
No, of course not.
They're the fucking government.
Venezuela.
Exactly. So what you need to do is turn that boat around and go with the wind. And that's investing. Because when you invest, when you buy things that's gonna go up because of inflation, you're beating them in their own game. Because they don't want you to, if you keep cash, you're losing. That's it. And the message today is just, you have to do something. And like I said, I feel so bad for the middle class and the poor people. I feel so bad for the mom that works 3-4 jobs, have 2-3 kids. She don't know how to invest, Professor.
Don't know how to invest,
do,
and she's scared.
losing.
I know because I was scared. I was like
Everybody's scared.
saving and keep the cash.
Exactly.
In my drawer. Like, no. Here nobody can touch.
Yes.
Nobody can touch. But every year.
Every year. So when you're scared, you lose.
Yeah.
It's kind of like everything else in life. You have to take a risk. You see? Like you always say, jiu-jitsu, same thing. You have to take a risk.
Exactly.
And yes, maybe you take a risk, your first fight, you lose. You're like, fuck, I just lost. See, I knew it. I shouldn't have competed. I should have just stayed in the fucking gym. But if you keep going, you never know. But if you don't, you never know. But if you get scared and you stay in the gym, you never get better. So same with this, right? It's the same thing. If you're scared, you lose. you have to do something, especially now. Before, maybe you can get away with it. Before 2020, before they started printing money like crazy, maybe you could get away. Like maybe you could, oh, you know, I'm just not gonna invest. But now you have no choice now. So it's like I said, I do this. Why do I come on here and talk about it? Why do I post on my Instagram all these things? I don't get paid for any of this. I don't make any commission, nothing. Okay, like I know people that I got into Bitcoin last year. They're up a lot now, right? Like chase your dreams. Like you know, shout out chase your dream. My parents, my best friend Daniel, they're up. I don't get any money off them. You know, I don't get anything. But it's just I'm trying to help.
I talk with you and talk with my brother. Okay, let's do. Boom.
And I always say one thing: if you're gonna invest in Bitcoin, make sure you hold it for at least 4 years, at least, because in the short term you might go, you see it going crazy, but long term, 4 years or higher, it always goes up. It always goes up. It's like this. It goes like this. In the short term, it might be like this, but long term is always like this. So you have to be able to say, okay, this is the money I don't need for at least 4 years. You can't take your rent money that you need to pay next month and buy Bitcoin, and say, oh, I hope it double by next week. And then I'll pay my rent. That's like gambling, right? That's like gambling. That's like you walk past a casino, you're like, fuck, I'm so broke. Let me just take this money and hopefully I can make some money and I can pay my rent.
No.
That's never gonna work.
And this is the thing I learned with you. And then after I start studying a little bit, I say, no, leave there. Don't get crazy.
Don't get crazy. No.
When go down. Like I was in Brazil. And my dad like, man, how's Bitcoin going down? Yeah. I say that. Dad looked at the look. The much I invested is this.
Yep.
I still up.
A lot.
I still it wasn't a lot because go low to I never buy in
the dips. This one.
Like
no. Yeah.
10,000, no.
Yeah.
But I said, look, I still up here.
Yeah.
Why not take it off? Yeah. Oh, what if going down even more? I say, I'm gonna stay there.
Because they don't understand it.
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna take it off now because I'm scared?
Yeah, no.
And guess what? Look, start going up again. I'm probably gonna drop again.
Probably.
Go up again.
Exactly.
But all the time, go drop a little bit
and go higher.
Go higher. Like you say, go
like I said, yeah.
The curve is like this.
Yes.
In the long, if you see for far, you see the curve going like this.
Exactly. And that's investing.
Yeah.
You just said it. That's investing. You have to zoom out.
Zoom out, yeah.
If you keep sitting there all day long, you're just staring at it like this.
If you see every day, you go crazy. What the heck? Have a freaking heart attack.
So investing is basically what he just said right there. Zoom out. If you want to invest, it's different. Investing, gambling is different.
Yeah, exactly.
Gambling, you play right now, every hand, bam, bam, bam. Invest, you put it there, you don't look. You study, but you don't touch it.
I learned this with Thiago Sá. Thiago Sá is the black belt from Checkmate. He's a good guy, and he play poker, right?
Yeah.
And Pancho, he bet on you put the number there.
I don't play
craps.
Yeah, craps. Yeah.
Craps. And then Thiago one time was talking, Thiago said, I don't play with my money. I play poker. So poker, you have to understand. You have to study for
Yes.
You have to. It's not like I go there, put my money here, and guess all right, cross our fingers. Let's wish go there. Say no. It's like
strategy.
It's strategy. Everything. It's like I can count in one hand how many times I lost money, and a lot of times, all the time, I win.
Exactly.
Because I understand the game. I know what to do.
Yep.
It's not just go there and let's wish this thing happened.
Yep.
He understands the game. Yep. Of course, it's still the possibility,
of course,
when you believe and everything, but he's like, most of the time, I remember now he moved to Abu Dhabi, he lives in Abu Dhabi, but when he lived here, 3 times he called me. He was in the Hawaiian Garden Casino. Hey, Robynho, come down, let's have a dinner. I just won a hand, let's go. And then, hey, Robynho, let's go, come here, come down, let's have a dinner. And a nice place there.
He just made a lot of money.
Yeah. So that's the thing about. I don't like to play. And how I see the other cryptocurrencies is like this. You play, like you say. Bitcoin doesn't have a CEO.
No.
All the other ones have CEOs.
Yes.
So gonna be up to them.
It's all up, down. It's all up to the CEO. You saw that one coin that the guy sold at the top, which is the Squid Game coin. You
remember that thing, man? But go down ridiculous.
Zero. No, it went to zero. He just disappeared. That's what happens. So you might make money short term on those coins if you get lucky, right? You pick the right one. But you can do that. Go to Vegas, go to the roulette table, and pick one number. It's the same thing. I promise you. It's the same thing. You get 35 to your money on one number if you hit that number, right? So if you want to pick an altcoin like a Dogecoin, Shiba Inu coin, Squid Game coin, all that shit, the same thing. It's the same thing. I'm not saying don't do it. It's your money.
You bet how much you want.
Whatever you want to do, okay? I'm not going to sit it because you know why, Professor? When people ask me, should I buy Dogecoin? And I tell them, no, it's a scam. And it is a scam, right? But then the next day it go up. So they're like, oh man, you told me it's a scam. It went up. Just because something is a scam doesn't mean it's not going to go up.
Yeah.
Just because something is good doesn't mean it's not going to go down either. But long term, everything is you see everything. Short term, it could be wrong. Like I said.
Like you say, zoom out and see how they look.
Price is a liar. Price is a liar.
Value is what it is.
Value is what it is. Value is long term though. You have to wait long term for it to catch up. You know, like home, real estate, everything. Those are good value, right? But short term, yeah, you can go to the casino right now and play one hand of roulette, and you might get lucky and win one hand. Does that mean you can keep doing that over and over again? Good luck.
Guys, I have a good thing to tell you guys. Like, oh, you plan to invest on some cryptocurrency. Go to the the app.
What? Which one?
For buy Bitcoin.
Coinbase.
Coinbase.
Yeah.
Click on the coins there, and then go like 1 week. You can do like 1 week, 1 month,
1 year,
1 year, and ever.
All day. Yeah.
Oh, like you can see like you go out and see the coins there and see the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like this I did.
I'll
like,
show them right now.
Right before I started, it was like holy moly, crazy.
Yes. So if this is, where's the camera? Right here. Right here. I got it.
Yeah.
So this is Bitcoin, right? This is the price of Bitcoin. If you look, as you can see, look how crazy it went down today, right? It's at 142,000. This is 1 hour though. If you zoom out, this is 1 day. 1 day, right? It looks crazy too, right? You're like, oh man, it went up and down. If you look 1 month, it go back up. Look, year.
All right, so I think like people start understand a little bit. And guys, look, we have the excuse me, Partiu Pardal podcast Instagram. You have my Instagram. You can go on both and ask questions. Any question you guys ask, I will pass to Danny.
Yes.
And I answer to you guys.
Yes, I'm more than happy to
DM.
help anybody. I like I said, I don't get paid for any of this. I don't care to get paid. I just want to spread the word. Because it's kind of like
knowledge.
It just I feel bad. I really, really do. I feel bad when I go to the store and I look at the price on the grocery. I just feel really bad because I know there's somebody out there that they don't have the time to study this shit.
Yeah.
That don't have the, like a mom, like I said, a single mom.
Work at 3 jobs.
How is she gonna have time to invest? Let alone study, let alone anything else. So all that money she put under the mattress. And now next month she buy groceries, she's like, I can only buy this much? So I really, that's my thing. That's my thing. Is that people always, maybe people get annoyed by me on Instagram. They're like, man, why you always post about this shit? I don't care. I just feel.
With your knowledge. Oh, Sebastian has something.
Sebastian. The biggest obstacles was learning about it, man. It's so hard. Like it's a very hard thing to understand. Bitcoin, because it's digital. And you never had anything like that before. So it's just so hard, man, to like understand every single thing. But me, I went and I read, I watched podcasts, I watched videos, I did everything I could until I once you understand it, it's easy. It's so easy.
With your knowledge, how long you think will be for Bitcoin be acceptable in everywhere? Or I can go to the grocery store and buy groceries there.
The governor of Arizona, I'm not just bullshit, you can look this up. I'll send you links. People don't know about it because it's not in the real news. The governor of Arizona, Missouri, Texas, a bunch of other states are already putting in a bill to their Congress to make Bitcoin legal tender, meaning right next to the US dollar. Once that gets passed, that means that everywhere you go, you can choose to pay with Bitcoin or dollar. They have to accept it.
You think like, if can become legal, they're gonna tax like everything?
No, if it become legal, they cannot tax it. You know how when I said when you sell it, you pay tax, capital gains? Because right now it's considered property. Property is like real estate. If you sell your house, you gotta pay tax. Once it become legal tender, it become money. You cannot tax money. How can you tax my dollar? It's not tax. You see what I'm saying? So you can buy and sell Bitcoin at that point with no tax. They don't take any tax.
You got it.
And I really do think that's coming very soon.
Soon when? You think like between this year?
Between this year and maybe 3 or 5 years.
5 years.
But yeah, like I said, you know, people a lot of times they want to hear short term. They want to know, what do you think is gonna happen next week? What do you think next? Man, just relax. You have to think farther. Nobody has ever accomplished anything big in their life. Think short term. They have to think long. Nobody. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Amazon, Bill Gates. Nobody thinks like that. If you want to be successful in anything in your life, you have to think long.
Yeah. I have the feathers
Bushesha.
in the thing, like, yeah.
Exactly. Conor McGregor. I don't care who it is. Nobody thinks like that. And that's the problem with people in this world today, the generation. They just want short. They want fast. I want it now. If I put 1,000 in Bitcoin now, how much do I make in 2 weeks? That's what they want. They get so impatient, and that's when they lose money. Yeah. That's when they lose money, because now they get scammed. Because there's people out there, there's motherfuckers out there that see that and they know, this motherfucker's stupid. Hey man, give me $1,000, I'll give you $5,000 back in 3 weeks. Like the guy that hacked Ronnie's account, for example.
Oh yeah.
So there's always people like that preying on you because they know you're stupid. Because you just want it all now. You want it now. But that's not how anything works. So
yeah, go down. Well, yeah, I think this opened a lot of people's mind, this conversation.
Yes.
So Danny, man, thank you so much.
Of course, Professor.
I really appreciate for your time. I know, like, you come with your heart open.
Yes.
And like you say, I know you don't make any money.
Yes.
And you want to give back for the community. Like, all right, just look at this.
Yes. I just want to summarize everything because I know not a lot of people, got here from the beginning, but basically inflation is 25-30% a year. That's the real inflation. And I know you guys know it too, okay? If you guys don't invest in something, you lose all your money. You lose it all. You have to find something. You have to put either real estate, stocks, Bitcoin. That's up to you to study. You have any question, ask me. But you cannot sit on cash. You cannot be like the old days, like our parents. Just work hard, make money, keep it all in cash, put it in on a mattress. It's just not gonna work anymore. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you be able to keep your money because you work hard for it. Don't let them steal it from you. That's what they're doing. They're stealing it. So,
it's crazy. Like a good example of this, like I live not that long here. It's a lot of time, but not that long. It's gonna be 15 years March. I live in USA. How the USA change? If you go to LA, how LA have more homeless, and man, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And this just show one thing: the country going broke.
Yeah. Professor,
for the poor people gonna get more and more poor. And now, look, $3.
Yeah, now 125.
125.
That's 25%.
See? If you go to 99-cent store, nothing 99 cents anymore.
No.
You go like everything is like 150,
Professor,
150.
Amazon Prime, they're raising their membership up 17%.
You see, like it's crazy.
Everything. So and it's not gonna get better. That's the thing. People keep saying, "Oh, I'll just wait. It's okay. It's gonna go down." It's not gonna go down. You have to protect yourself. Nobody's coming to save you. No one.
And guys, understand, the more money they print, the worse that goes.
Yeah. And the more they print, the more they have to print. It's like a crackhead. He needs a bigger fix every time. He needs it. Same with the government. They need money, but they don't have money. So the more they borrow, the more they owe. The more they print, the more they owe. They can't stop. They can't stop.
All right. Thank you, Danny. Just like we have a overall rule here. This t-shirt is just like mine. This don't sell.
I'm gonna sell it on eBay.
On eBay.
I will sell mine on eBay. No, thank you so much.
And I'll number it like 06. My one's A01, Jones A2. And once again, thank you HLGN for the goods.
Hooligans. Thank you,
for you too.
I appreciate it.
They always send goods for us, so
yes,
we're just happy to give back.
Thank you so much.
Remedium CBD, thank you so much. Hooligan Brand, thank you so much. Shoyo Road, thank you so much. And you guys be online next week. Next week we have the Europeans.
Oh, okay.
Oh, one thing. We have the ADCC trials in Brazil, South America, and we have the champions. like here I put here like all the champions in the South America was, man, these two kids for 66 and 77. Diogo Reis, man, this kid kill it there. Actually, look, the 2, 4, 5 divisions, 4 win by fight sports athletes. But one thing, don't get it wrong again. All these guys, 4 or 5 sports, just one's original fight sports. Diogo Reis is no original fight sport. They just joined the team. Mika Galvão, all submissions. Congratulations, Mika. You know, like I think he's gonna give a lot of problem for people there. Isaac Baiense won. João Costa on the 99 and above 99, Roosevelt. And today we get the second trials in Brazil going on right now. So next week we're gonna give the updates. So
I'll be tuning in.
don't forget, guys, YouTube, Partiu Pardal Podcast. Always the link in my Instagram. Go there, follow, give us a like. I have someone coming to me and ask like, oh, why you don't do the live stream? Because we can do live stream on Instagram and YouTube. They're like, oh, why don't do on the YouTube straight? I say, because to do live on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. So we have almost 100. So if you guys help us, soon we're gonna have on the YouTube.
Please.
All right.
Alright.
Thank you, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Partiu Pardal Podcast. Thank you, Danny, again.
So, thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor.
It's my honor. All my pleasure.
Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you so much.
Rapaziada, Partiu Pardal, olé!